Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Now yes, it is the Grand Prix once again this weekend and we return to Portimao like we did last year. And that means thankfully that it will be in the Codemasters official F1 game this time. Which is great news because the only version I can find is on Grid 2, which isn't really the proper F1 circuit that they're using at the moment. So yes, that will be included. And I've just heard that Turkey also will be in the 2021 season because it's replacing Canada. I don't know if it will be in the game though, because of course we're very late into the development cycle of the new F1 game. So not quite sure. Codemasters are going to have to pull their fingers out if they're going to get Turkey into the F1 2021 game. Anyway, put your predictions in the comments now of who you think the top three will be in the race this weekend. And now I want to talk about this qualifying that they're going to try and attempt to do for, I think, 3 rounds of the championship. Yes. Well, what do you think about this? I'm not quite sure myself. I don't think it's going to be any problem whatsoever because it's got nothing to do with the actual official qualifying that starts for the Grand Prix. It's just a little sort of added bonus, if you will, a sort of DLC version of the Grand Prix weekend, if you will. So I don't think it's going to sort of add anything that's going to be any sort of controversy, but there has been a lot of talk about this and a lot of people don't like it, a lot of people do like it. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Of course, if we want to talk about changes to qualifying, well, there's been quite a few throughout the years. I'll just go through some of them right now. We had, of course, the 1 hour shootout qualifying session, which lasted from 1996 until 2002. Now, I have to say, I used to love that, absolutely love that. You could get some mates round for a nice 1 hour session because it'd be like 25, 30 minutes before any cars went out on the track. So you could get some beers down and then just sit there and get pissed for the first half an hour. And then finally they start coming out on the track and then you could enjoy the second half of the Grand Prix session. So yes, it was pretty decent, I have to say, and I used to like it. But of course, there was a problem with that, and that was that in 2002, Ferrari dominated, completely dominated, and everyone was getting fed up by them, and they said, no, look, we need something to change. So the FIA decided to change the one thing that never needs to be changed, and that of course was the qualifying. And so in 2003, Bernie Ecclestone said, changes are coming, and yes, they did. It was called the one-lap qualifying session. Yes, in 2003. And what a disaster that was. What a disaster that was. It worked great for about the first 4 rounds, I think. But even then, it was sort of a false excitement. Because it wasn't really what was representative of what was going on the Grand Prix weekend, was it really? No. Because if you made one tiny little mistake, that was it, and you ended up back at the grid. So yeah, they were just basically, it was like Netflix Drive and Survive for Formula 1 in 2003 because they were artificially creating drama that really wasn't there to start with. No. So there you go. That was the 1 hour qualifying in 2003. Then, of course, they slightly tweaked it in 2004 where it was only on Saturdays only for the qualifying instead of Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, we had the disaster of aggregated qualifying in 2005. Now, if anyone who didn't have a maths degree managed to work that out, well, good luck to you, because that was an absolute clusterfuck. It really was. Then, of course, we had elimination qualifying in 2006 and 2007, which was... it wasn't too bad. It had a small tweak in 2008 and 2009 where the teams could no longer add fuel after the third qualifying session. But that wasn't too bad. I was quite a fan of that. And now, of course, we've got the current format of today from 2010 onwards, which is where there's no refuel of the cars whatsoever. And yeah, it's held up pretty well, I have to say, after quite a few years now. So I'm a bit of a fan of qualifying as it stands right now. But yeah, this short sprint races during the qualifying sessions, I think it's going to be quite good. It's going to be at 3 events, I do believe. So it's not going to really impact on the whole of the season. It's not like they're going to do it every single round, is it? And as I say, it's only a sort of a DLC to the races. It's not really anything to do with the proper qualifying session or anything else. So I can't see that there's going to be much to sort of moan about. But we'll find out. We'll find out. It could actually impact the actual races and the qualifying shootout, whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure. Short sprint race, something like that. Anyway, that could actually end up being more the focus than the actual main race. And so that could be a problem. But as it is, they're only going to do it for 3 rounds of the championship. As I say, they're just testing the water. A little experiment with Liberty Media. I'm not really a fan of Liberty Media, it has to be said. They do actually own Virgin Media, which is where I get my TV from. And yes, not good, not good. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of some of the crazy, wacky ideas they're coming up with. I know they're trying to bring more people into the sport, but they could have done that by not signing an exclusive deal with Sky. Obviously, yes. But there you go. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of them. They have done quite well in bringing younger fans in. I mean, you've got all the Lando Norris massive. Oh my goodness, that's just getting ridiculous now. It really is, with all the fangirls for Lando. It really is. And of course, he's got his other duties with Quadrant. Yes, Quadrant. Wow. What a channel Quadrant is. I have to say, I love Quadrant. Every time that comes into my inbox every Wednesday, I've reached a level of excitement that just cannot be passed. It cannot. I'm like, oh my goodness, Quadrant have made another video. I must click on this video now. And I do, because I'm like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I just can't stop myself, and I have... Yeah, you know I'm taking the piss now, don't you? Yeah, and I have to click on the video. I really do. It's excellent. There's usually something about golf. I don't know. Yeah, playing crazy golf, something like that. Or there's that bloke from... Who's that bloke? What's his name? Super GT. He'll come in with some laconic replies or something like that, and all the little 12-year-old kids who are watching all of those Quadrant videos will start laughing, and then they'll leave comments about, oh my goodness, my sides almost split then. They really did. My sides almost split. Yeah, I was just about to go to school or college or whatever, because, you know, that's the demographic they're aiming for, and my sides almost splitted with all of the humorous stuff that was going on in these videos. Absolutely humorous. I mean, it's just brilliant. I love the way the screen constantly goes in and out as well. I mean, I've seen a lot of the YouTubers doing that, and I am such a fan, yes. Because, you know, if you want to emphasise your point, you need to have the screen jumping forwards and backwards constantly every sort of 2 seconds. Yeah, that's what you need, because that's what gets the kids on board these days. Yes, that's what gets the kids on board. Screens going in and out constantly. I love that. I really do. And I'm a fan, an absolute fan of that in videos. I also like the subtitles across the bottom of the screen, because they think that no one can understand what the fuck they're going on about, which is basically pretty decent idea, I think. A pretty decent idea, because yes, no one can understand what the fuck they're going on about. Especially with some of the accents going on. Let's put it that way. Let's be nice and just say the accents going on. Yes, it's a little bit hard to understand. So I like the subtitles at the bottom, but I have to say the subtitles are a little bit too fast. I can't fucking read them quick enough. I think that's a plan as well, though. So you have to keep going back to the video. See, because that gets an extra view, doesn't it? If you have to keep, you know, skipping back through the video, watch the subtitles that you missed the first time. Brilliant, Quadrant. Absolutely brilliant. You get a thumbs up from me. A thumbs up from the Hookster. Yes. Love your videos, love your work. And Lando Norris as well. He's absolutely brilliant in Quadrant. Yeah, he never turns up for the videos. Well, only every 1 in 7 of them. But apart from that, when he does, he's absolutely brilliant. So I like his commitment to the calls. Yes, I like his commitment to the calls. I also like the fact that they had a billboard in the London Underground. Yes, when nobody's actually on the London Underground because of COVID. Great idea, great idea. And it was, I saw one in New York as well. They are really branching out, because of course there's a lot of 12-year-olds in New York as well. So, you know, you've got to appeal to all the masses for your Quadrant videos. Fantastic, fantastic indeed. Oh, God. Okay, that's all from me. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. As I say, leave your prediction. So this is why I'm never going to be a big YouTuber. This is why. Because I just take the piss too much. Oh dear. Anyway, leave your comments in the comment section on what you think about this new, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Is it shootout, qualifying? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about it and who do you think is going to win the race as well on Sunday. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you and good night.